Hey guys, AV with you here, and in today's video, I am making for you 6 awesome sides for Thanksgiving. All these sides are super healthy, they're all plant-based, vegan friendly, and I'm doing this so you guys can make some healthy sides, so you guys don't have to put on pounds over Thanksgiving and over the holidays. You guys get to eat traditional Thanksgiving sides with a little bit of a twist, but you get to eat them and not miss out on all the cool foods that you get to eat in the holidays. So, let's get started. We have 6 sides to do today. I'm going to try and get all this done in an hour. And I'm going to show you all the sides we have going on. So, it looks like a bit of a mess right now if you come down here. But what we have going on is, the first thing is polenta. So, polenta is just like corn grits or cornmeal. And we're going to cook that with some rosemary. Then we have some Brussels sprouts over here. We're going to do Brussels sprouts with either coconut aminos or balsamic. It's totally optional. Green beans are a classic side. We're going to do green beans with lemon and almonds. We then have sweet potatoes. We're going to roast these just as they are because they're so tasty just on their own. We also have regular potatoes, which we'll make for mashed potatoes. And we're going to make an onion gravy, plant-based gravy that is going to be delicious. As I'm going through today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to coordinate and make all these foods, because when it comes to Thanksgiving and throwing big parties, the art of cooking everything at the same time is what's gonna, save you more time to go hang out with your family and friends and get you out of the kitchen. So you want to get it done fast and then go enjoy your time. The first thing we're going to do is put on the potatoes. And the potatoes are going to cook the longest. I have to wash the spuds, and then I have to put them in a pot of water and boil them. Then we're going to move on to the sweet potatoes. We're going to put them in the oven. Then we're going to put the Brussels sprouts in the oven. Then we're going to work on the beans and the gravy. And then finally we'll work on the polenta, because that takes like literally 5 minutes to put together. So let's start with the potatoes. Here we go. So now it's 10 to 3. I want to get all of this done before 4. Let's aim to get it on before 4. Guys.
Quick,
Let's
go.
So here we go. So spuds are going in here. We need a whole bag of spuds. This is going to make a lot of mashed potato. We're just going to quickly grab our little scourer. You can totally use the skin. It's going to give it like a rustic. I'm going to call this rustic mashed potatoes. The skin doesn't do too much to the flavor. Of course, if you want to peel your potatoes, go right ahead and peel them. You haven't got to go over the top, make everything complicated at Thanksgiving. That's how it takes you hours. That's why you spend hours in the kitchen.
That's why you spend all day Wednesday and all day Thursday cooking. Hurry up, go, go, go.
Go, go, go. I'm going to put them back into my colander, and we're going to give them a little chop. And the reason why we're going to give them a little bit of a chop is because we want them to all cook at the same speed. So I'm just going to go in half, and then just like on the angle like this. This is going to half the cooking time. So if you cook these whole, it's going to take longer to cook them. So just give them a quick, rough chop. When it comes to potatoes, you don't want to cook them with boiling water. You don't want to throw them into a boiling pot. You want to put them into a pot of cold water, and then you want to bring the pot to a boil. So now that I'm running out of room, I'm just going to grab my pot. Oh, bless you.
Every time.
I'm pretty sure you sneeze in every episode now.
I sneeze at least every episode. I don't know why. Filming makes me sneeze.
Now we're just going to fill this with cold water. Back over here. So now I'm covered my potatoes with water. Turning that off. Pop a little lid on there, but have a lid. Done. First part done. That's going to cook itself. Now we're going to put the oven on. Okay, we're going to go low oven. We're going to bake at about 400 for our spuds. We have a double oven, but just to keep it fair, I'm only going to use 2 racks. And I will probably put them in the bottom oven, but I could switch later if I get into a pickle. But we're going to keep everything in the same oven to keep it fair. So again, here with the spuds, I'm going to go give these a wash. We're going to wash our big sweet potatoes. You could also use yams or whatever the other purple sweet potatoes. Any kind of yam, sweet potato you want will work for this recipe. And it is a tradition here in America, which I have no idea why. You guys put marshmallows and weird stuff on sweet, like sugar.
Brown sugar,
on
marshmallows.
A sweet potato, it's called a sweet potato, meaning that it has natural sugars. There are natural sugars in here that make it caramelized. So what we're going to do is we're going to add no sugar to our sweet potatoes. We're going to let the natural sugars that are in here do all the work for us.
Say what?
And then when it comes to toppings, it's going to be like up to you what kind of flavor you want to add. I'm just simply going to add a little bit of paprika, so a little bit of something extra, but you could totally leave it normal with just regular salt and pepper.
Or cinnamon.
Cinnamon or nutmeg, anything like that. So what I'm going to do here is you guys are probably going to spend a lot of time making, I don't know, yam casserole or whatever you guys want to make. Look at this. This is so simple. You don't have to waste all the time doing that. This is when I'm definitely going to keep the skin on. And all I'm going to do is cut it in half, big ways, long ways, and then cut it in half again. Boom. That is the perfect portion of sweet potato for like one serving. Of course you can have 2 servings. You can have a whole one to yourself. But if you're having 6 sides and you want a little piece of everything, at Thanksgiving, you don't want to have like everything. You want to have a little bit of everything and try it how it goes, right? So, little piece. And now we're going to cut up all this size, and that's one portion. One portion, easy as that, guys. So everything that I'm doing today is going to feed at least 8 to 12 people, depending on, you know, how much of each that you do and how much you want to eat. But this is a lot of food. And of course, if you want to just do one of these recipes or a couple of them, not all of them, you can just, and you want to bulk them out, of course you can. All you can do is just multiply them, like times it by 2, times it by 3, however you want to make, and there you go. You can feed more. If you have a big family of 30, then you might need to do a little bit more.
I don't know if you're going to finish this in an hour because you keep talking.
We'll get it done. Well, you guys are seeing this in real time. This is like as if you're here with me cooking.
Ooh,
okay,
wow.
So now we have all of our potatoes. We're going to grab a tray. Now, I'm going to pause for a second and saying that you will need a lot of equipment to make this happen. So all of our pots and pans are going to be linked below, and you will need like 2 trays at least to cook things on, and maybe like a 9x9 to cook the polenta in the oven. We'll put something down here like a bit of parchment, just because of the caramelization of the sweet potatoes. It will blacken on the bottom. You don't want to wash up. You also want to save wash up time, right? We're just going to lay these out. Bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. I'm going to do a little bit of paprika. A little bit of paprika. Did I say that weird? I think I said that weird. Paprika. Like that, a little bit like that. Of course you can add way more. This is like totally like flow. Like as much as you want, little as you want. Trick right here with the olive oil. Fingers, make a little line, make a little split, pick it up, drizzle. And that, okay?
Wow.
Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to buy a fancy like pourer.
We've
like
dropped so many glass olive oil
3
containers.
of them. In the last 2 years, we have dropped 3 glass pourers. No joke. Doesn't matter that the oven isn't ready. It's totally fine, guys. The oven will eventually be ready. Get nice and low.
Give it a squat.
Okay, 3 o'clock. They're going to be about 45 minutes. You can't overcook these. The more you cook them, the more the soft they're going to be in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Always have a little list, just a little workflow. We got number 1 done. We got number 2 done. Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are simple.
Ooh, this shot is beautiful.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Wow.
So nice. This is a whole bag, 2 whole bags of Brussels sprouts. Look at this. Brussels sprouts. A little spray down. I'm going to give it a tossy toss. Try and get whatever's in there out.
Tossy toss.
Make sure there's no bugs in there. Get it down. It's getting a rhythm. 1 and 2. It's getting a little rhythm, guys. I'm just going to keep these small ones that are really, really small, not in half. I'm going to do the big ones in half and little ones not. But some of these are like super small. There's no way, you don't need to like cut them in half, right? Chuck them in. These are organic Brussels sprouts. They're not going to be as big as the regular ones. I find that they aren't as big. Maybe like little weird ugly bits, you can cut them off.
Yeah, actually, the price that's in the title is a price for all these things that are actually, all these are organic.
That's right, all organic. This menu is going to be about $30, right? $30. Now obviously if you bought everything from scratch, it may cost you $50 to $60, but you're not going to use all the balsamic. You're not going to use all the arrowroot. You're not going to use all of the beans or the nuts, you know?
All the potatoes.
You're not going to use all the sweet potatoes if you get a giant bag. It's there for the month. It's there for next week. It's there for whenever you need it. We buy things in bulk. We save money on the bulk items, and then we only use what we need, but we save money in the long run by buying a lot in the beginning.
I'm just saying that everything was organic, so...
Yeah, and everything was organic, so...
That's pretty cheap for $30 for like 8 to 10 people for a bunch of sides. That's like...
Oh yeah, thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. How are we going for time?
3:05. It's been 15 minutes.
Crushing it. And the last couple, we're just going to throw them in because they're little babies. Options here. You can do coconut aminos, or you can do balsamic vinegar. Up to you. Both will work great. Both will taste great. Steffi, what do you want?
Coconut aminos.
Coconut aminos it is. Here we go. Probably like close
yeah.
to a quarter a cup, between 2 tablespoons and a quarter cup. Like you kind of want to just get them all in there, guys. Get it all in there. About a tablespoon of the olive oil. Same thing. Just do that little finger thing I told you. Little drizzle, little drizzle, little drizzle. Salt. Now there is a lot of salt in the aminos, so it's up to you how hard you want to go. Pepper. Give a little mixy mix. Hashtag mixy mix in the comments. Here we go.
Practicing for fatherhood?
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go, guys. Beautiful Brussels sprouts. In we go, guys. Top rack, doesn't matter. Any rack, the other rack. Check your list. Next list is going to say onion gravy. Now, the reason why I'm putting it on right now is because I want to caramelize the onions. I want to break the onions down. I want to make the onions nice and like, I want to blacken the pan and get all the fun juices. So I do have a celery carrot. This is kind of optional.
A celery carrot?
So a celery and a carrot. Okay, so while I'm peeling the onions, I noticed that my water is boiling for my potatoes. Lid's gonna come off. I'm just gonna give it a crack. And then keep this water boiling and back to the onions. So multitasking, guys, multitasking. So fingers tucked back, guys. Get your crab claw out. Knife against the knuckle. Nice and thin. And of course it helps to have a sharp knife. Link for this knife's in the description. Totally not sponsored, but this is the same kind of knife I used since I started my apprenticeship back in, what was that, 2007? So it's been a good, almost 20 years I've used the same knife.
20 years?
Does that make sense? 20 years? No,
2007?
10 years.
Math.
Man, perfect. Onions. Okay, so we're going to get our pot. A little bit of olive oil in the pan. Onions are going to go into my pan. Just like this, and we're going to cook these down.
Don't cry. It's okay. It's just Thanksgiving.
It's just Thanksgiving. Just the in-laws.
Whoa, bro.
Hey, everyone's thinking the same thing. So we're going to peel a carrot too. We're going to chuck a little carrot in there. Little carroty carrot.
Carroty carrot?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Happens all the time. Scrap ball. Rough chop down the middle.
That's a rough chop?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a rough chop for me. Here we go with that carroty carrot. Ooh. Oh, Jack heard the carrot. You hear that, guys?
I know. Jack just woke up because he heard the carrot.
Jack heard the carrot. Oh, these are already washed. Stephanie washed these for juicing. That's why I haven't washed them yet.
I did.
Steph pre-washed these. Here we go. A little bit of celery. A little bit of celery in there.
Here he is.
There he is, looking for a carrot.
Oh, blind doggy. What? You heard the carrot noise?
You got Jackie carrot.
Oh,
carrot,
got you a carrot.
Sit. Carrot, there you go.
Oh, go boy, go get it.
Next thing, beans. Okay, I'm gonna wash up beans. Steph keeps reminding me to wash my beans. Wash my veggies. Good on you, Steph.
They're just loose beans. They're not pre-washed, so.
Okay, let's go wash up beans.
Okay.
There's two ends. Like this is where the stalk comes. Snap that bit off with your finger. Keep that bit on. You haven't got to do both sides. It's kind of a waste, really. You don't want to waste, because if you start cutting them, then all of a sudden you bought, a pound of or a kilo of beans, and then you cut all the ends off, and then you lose like half a pound of beans.
A lot of beans.
From the ends, just snap the ends off. So when it comes to potatoes, can't overdo them, right? You can't over mash a potato. What are you gonna do? You can't over boil a potato.
Over mashed.
Same with the things in the oven. You can't over roast them. And we're only here for an hour, right? Remember we're cooking for an hour, so it's all gonna get done. And also, you can get a buddy or a kid to do this. If you have a kid, hey, they get a job.
What do you think our kids are gonna do?
Peel the beans.
That's why we're making babies.
Peel the beans. Peel the. We're gonna get our kids cook for us. I'm sure we can make a segment out of that.
No, but it is important to teach them healthy food, and and they get involved by you just showing them how to do that.
And there's no doubt that cooking is the most important skill to learn, which they don't teach you that at school.
Nope.
So it is very important that you teach kids how to cook.
I did not have a cooking class in school.
No, that's why I became a chef, is because I loved food. So I wanted to learn how to cook so I could cook food. And then I turned out being my career. Beautiful. Beans are done. This one's really hard. This is the hardest one to do. You're going to pick up the beans and you're going to put them in the pan. That was hard. Little olive oil, 1 tablespoon. In we go. Whew. Now while that's there, we're going to add some crushed nuts to it at the end. What time we got? Look at that, guys. Look at this time.
3:20. It's been 30 minutes.
Onions on. Beans are on. Spuds are on. Spuds are on. And the Brussels sprouts are in. So we're cruising here. So if you want to do grits, traditionally I think what I've been Googling is that you guys make it's almost like a mash and then you bake it. I'm going to make polenta and then I'm going to put it into a pan and then we're going to broil it nice and crispy on top.
Ooh.
It's in a pot. Basic polenta recipe. It's 1 to 3. 1 part polenta,
Yeah.
so 3 parts water. So 2 cups to 3 cups of water each. So it'll be 6 cups total. Actually, no. Well, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Water has to be boiled first. If we do that, we do it backwards. Flip that. That's what that's what that was for. That's what this was for. This is for that. That goes in there like that. And then we need 6 cups of water to go in here, and then we boil it, and then we add that in. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. 6 cups. I'm going to put this at the back here. I'm going to turn that on. And it's on. Perfect. We're going to shuffle around our beans. Give them a toss. And if you want, you can give it a tossy toss. We have our onions here sweating down. Totally fine. That's beautiful. We now have to cut up some rosemary.
Nuts.
So nuts as well.
Lemon.
So when it comes to the beans, the almonds are going to go in there. We'll do that later. But when it comes to the grits, you can add fresh herbs. So you have some fresh rosemary. You can do fresh sage, fresh parsley even, whatever you want, fresh basil. Or you can use just mixed Italian herbs, like one of these. Like a mixed Italian herbs. Either or. But I have some fresh ones today. Just going to grab it at the non-stalky end. And you're just going to peel down like that, right? Beautiful.
I would like the rosemary in the polenta and in the russet potatoes.
So I'm going to do a little bit more then. So that make sure there's enough in everything.
Yeah.
So you're going to take it up with your knife and bundle it up like this. Bundle it up and crab claw again. And just do a slice like this. Smell the rosemary, guys. And then again, grab it with like a little claw. Pinch it. And then slowly pull back as your knife comes towards it. And then, for the rough chop, hands away from it, let the knife do the work. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. Beans are coming a nice brown colour. Potatoes are cooking. This is going to go into my polenta. How much you want, Steph? You want half in the potatoes, half in the polenta?
Yes, please.
So we'll do a little half in here, straight in the polenta.
Woo.
And then I'll put half to the side for your potatoes. A little clean up as you go. Try and keep it as clean as possible. Just a handful of nuts, whatever that is. 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, much as you want. I'm just going to give them a quick slice like this. Totally rough chop. Straight into my pan with the beans.
Green beans.
Here we go. Now these will cook and start to release their oils. You want to keep an eye on them. Okay? Don't just let them sit here. Make sure you keep tossing them. There's going to be a few minutes to finish them off. We're going to get the lemon ready. In half. Down. Cut. Guys, where's my squeezer? Where's my squeezer here?
I don't know. I think it might be in that drawer. It's in there.
Yeah, it's back.
Ta-da!
Yeah, we got it back, guys. Well, you know what? I don't know how I live without this thing. So, I'm not going to squeeze until this is ready. So, once it's ready, we're going to squeeze it in there.
It's already been on there for like, what, 5 minutes?
It's done. Yeah, 5-6 minutes, yeah. So, we're going to keep this moving. We're going to come back to our onions at the back. Give them a whirl. They're carameling up nicely at the back there. What happened?
Almost dropped the camera. It's okay.
2 hands, please. 2 hands, please. That's coming along well. Beautiful. And the beans are almost done. Hey. Grab a bean. A little bit longer. A little longer. Lid on. Gonna help it cook a bit faster. Spuds. Check them. Hey. Spuds, look at that.
Ready to go.
Done. Okay. Heat comes off. The front off. Beans are done. I'm going to turn the beans off. Everything's happening all at once. The beans are off. We're going to grab the lemon, squeeze it in, it's going to sizzle. Other one goes in. It's going to sizzle. Okay. Give it a toss. Salt. Pepper. Then the option here is you could add some vegan butter in here, or you could add some olive oil. I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. That's kind of the cheaper route. Bit of olive oil in there, beautiful tablespoon. Toss that around. That's ready to serve, guys. That's ready to serve. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Well, that smells nice.
Let's serve the baby up right now. Easy as that, guys. Beans are done. Look at this. Look at the nuts. They're kind of caramelizing, little burnt, little crispy. Here we go.
Wow.
Beautiful, right?
That's nice. Okay, go. Potatoes, go.
So hot And I'm burning my hand just a little bit.
Look at the things.
It's okay. I've gotta get my burnt hand. Sing a song so it doesn't hurt. There we go. There you go, buds. 2 ways to do the mashed potato. First of all, ask your wife what she wants, and she wants butter and rosemary. But the other way is to use some farbonnaise or some vegan mayonnaise. It's not like mayonnaise, it's going to be creamy. It makes the mashed potato nice and creamy. You also use something like almond milk, but I feel like that's not as good. This works really well. But you can also use the vegan butter or like Nutlex or any like olive oil even. You can add anything in there, make it a little bit fatty, make it a little bit creamier. About 2 tablespoons of vegan butter. Here we go. Whoop. Is he going to say nothing? Oh, nice. Rosemary is going to go in. That's going to fry up a storm.
Oh yeah.
Fry up a storm in there. Beautiful. While that's there, multitask, so that melts. Give your back pan a stir. Take all your lids off. You can see it's going to start coming brown. See how it's coming brown at the bottom there? That's what you want. It's going to be nice and caramelized, nice and brown on the bottom. That's beautiful. Oh yeah. That over there. This is browning up too nice. This, you can also add like onions in here if you wanted to, or garlic.
We literally have no garlic right now, or else we totally would put garlic in here.
Okay, now it's melted. We're going to turn this off. Off at the front. Potatoes are coming back. Hey. So now it's going to be adjusting the butter ratio. So if you have the vegan butter, you're going to keep putting it in until it comes nice and creamy.
Yeah, or you could supplement with oil or vegan or farbonnaise or whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like it's going to need a little bit more.
And you're going to need salt.
You guys know we need to put a counter up on how many times in episode Stephanie reminds you to put salt in something.
Whoa. It's only for like pasta and potatoes.
10 minutes to make this complete. It definitely needs more butter, so you're going to do about a 1/4 cup. I would have done a 1/4 cup of farbonnaise or vegan mayo. So I'll do a 1/4 cup of butter as well. Now because I haven't melted it in, I'm just going to chop it up and the heat will melt that in for me. Heat of the pan, heat of the potatoes will melt that for me. Okay, that's just going to sit. Salt, pepper, just like that, let it sit. A little lid. Water's boiling. Let me just put it away. We're going to get the polenta on. You're going to need this, and you're going to need a whisk. Rapid boil, pour it in, and whisk. 2-man job. Whiskey whisk. Whisk it all together, guys. Whiskey whisk. Here we go. So now it's in. And you're going to keep whisking it, and watch this, guys. It's going to thicken up. You're just going to wait. It's going to thicken up on its own. And once it's cooked, you can put it straight into our baking pan, into our 9x9. Now, Stephanie, I'm going to get something to move back a little bit for a second.
Crowding your space.
Right here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to mix. Keeping an eye on everything mixing. Look how golden that is, guys. If you can Steph, get in the back there and see how brown that is. That's what you want. We're going to irrigate that with a copious amount of water in a minute. What did you just say?
Big words.
See how it's thickening up? Yeah, see you can see it thickening? It's going to go plop, plop. See it go plop, 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 plop. You want the plop, plop stage. Okay, when it starts to go plop, 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 you're going to turn it down to low. Then you're going to take off your whisk. You're going to quickly get a lid. It's a hot stage, okay? It's going to go. That's exactly what it's going to do with that exact sound. Okay, our onions are caramelized over here. For our gravy, we're going to rinse this pot out, the one that we just used for the polenta, just to make sure there's no polenta in there. We don't want corn grits in our gravy. We're going to grab about 2 to 3 cups of water. Here we go, water. Beautiful, guys. Actually, probably add a little bit more. There we go. Hear that noise? The plop plop noise? When it's ready, you're going to turn it off. So be careful when you open it up because it's going to start spitting everywhere. Look at it now. Really thick, guys. Really thick. Get the heat down to low. All the way low as you can go. Keep whisking. Keep whisking. Okay. Now we're going to turn it off. Because if you don't turn it off, it's just going to keep cooking out and plopping everywhere, right? I'm going to salt it heavy salt.
Now who wants salt?
Heavy salt. This one is definitely one that can be done the day before. You can make this, put it into the 9x9 and then put it in the fridge and then broil it. Here we go. We're going to grab a little bit of parchment. We're going to lay it down. We're going to do the Adam knife trick first. We're going to come over here quickly. 1 second. One of the boards is messy, that's okay. Cutting board down. Run the knife along the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, for? See that? Look at that. It's gonna curl up on the edges. Curl up on the edges, guys. So it's gonna tuck under. See that? You're gonna make a perfect square.
Wow.
Look at that. Yes, guys, polenta. We're at 346, guys, 346. Smooth it out with a wet spoon. Here we go, push it all to the sides, kind of like a cake. So this is gonna be a little thick. I could have put it in a bigger tray, made it a little bit thinner. It's gonna be up to you. So this is cooked, this is done, and all we're gonna do now is put it into the broiler and golden it up. And then it's gonna set. You can definitely eat it cold, or you can eat it warm, up to you guys. Like I said, you can put this in the oven. You can put it in the fridge, just like this. One thing we'll need to do is just trim this up, because when you go into the broiler, this is gonna burn. We're totally right for time. Everything's coming together nicely. So guys, everything's done, except for the gravy, because what's in the oven is gonna come out right now. I don't know how.
No, I have no idea what that means.
Hey, do dramatic music.
Yeah, I'll find some for you, okay?
Okay. It's like, come on guys, panic! Quick, the in-laws are coming! Quick, gotta get everything out of the oven! Oh my god! Yes! Roasted Brussels sprouts.
If you wanted to get fancy, you could add some pomegranate seeds on top of that.
Oh yeah.
It's more expensive, but it would look really nice and taste really good.
Spuds. Beautiful, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Spuds. Done.
Wow.
Brussels sprouts. Done. Mashed potato.
Look at that sugar.
About to be done.
Mmm.
Fork, see? Done. Beautiful. That one got destroyed, that's okay. It was for science. It was for the greater good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, see now that butter's melted in here?
Uh-huh.
Butter's melted. Oh, guys, look at this mash. Look at the mash, guys. Get in there. Guys, this is mash. Look at that time, guys. Look at the time.
Pretty mashy.
Look at the time. It's 3:49, guys.
OMG.
3:49. This polenta, we're going to go in the oven.
Broil.
Now, I haven't used a broiler on this thing yet, but...
New oven. Let's hope the broiler works.
Broil? Where do you see broil, Bobby?
Nope, it has to be the top oven.
Oh, okay. Coming out. Coming on out.
First time we're using the broiler.
I'm just going to leave it low.
I don't think you put it on.
Broil. Hi. Okay, that's that.
What about the gravy?
Gravy. Okay, so the gravy, we're going to make some space here. Now that the mash is done, okay, we want to keep it hot for service. Squish that in there. Done. Keep it hot. So gravy, I'm going to bring it to the front. I have room. Turn off. Grab my handle. I'm going to bring it to the front. So I need to bring this to the boil. I need this to hit a boil. You obviously can't tell because there's water here. But what I'm doing is I'm scraping the bottom of the pan, and it's going to get darker. Watch, the color's going to get darker. It's getting darker, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, other option here is you can add a little bit of tomato paste in here, or a little bit of ketchup. I know it sounds crazy, but ketchup is basically tomato paste, just with a little bit of added sugar. Okay, and that is going to make this a little bit more tomatoey. What we're going to do to thicken this up is we're going to add arrowroot powder. Arrowroot powder, also known as arrowroot starch or arrowroot flour. All three, powder, starch, flour, all the exact same thing, different packaging, different companies. So if you wanted to strain it to make it a clear stock or a clear gravy, you would just strain all this out, okay? So with the arrowroot powder, it's gonna be 2 to 4 tablespoons, depending on how much you make and how thick you want it. So the best way, and well the only way to use this is I'm gonna tell you to make a slurry. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of arrowroot. Now we're going to add a little bit of water. How much? Like at least double water to arrowroot. And the reason why you use cold water, you don't want the arrowroot to go lumpy and clumpy. You want to make this little slurry here. It's going to be all liquidy, liquefied. Make sure that you get all the lumps out of the bottom. And now look, it's really boiling now. That's what you want. We're going to pour this in and we're going to stir it in. And watch, it's going to get nice and thick. Okay, pour that in. You're going to stir, and it's going to thicken up. Oh, spill, a little bit of spillage. A little bit of spillage. Okay, slow down, a little bit of spillage. See, it's starting to get gloopy? Yeah, this is going to be perfect. 2 tablespoons will be perfect, you guys. It's going to come to the boil. It's going to get more gloopy. The more you boil it out, the more gloopy it's going to get. Just keep moving it. You could even get rid of the whisk at this point. Beautiful, guys. Gravy. Look at that. So now that it's boiled for about a minute, turn it down to low and let it keep simmering. Okay, we're going to check on our polenta in the oven under the broiler. It's good. Let's plate everything up. Gravy's done. Potatoes are done. In the back. Polenta in the oven. Me, being non-American, I don't have a lot of broiler experience.
New oven. First time broiling.
Here we go. Try again. That must be better.
Okay, so we needed a bigger serving bowl for that, but that's okay.
There's the mash. There's some mash. There's still like double. There's still double the mash.
Yeah, that's okay.
There's double the mash in there.
Kind of looks like ice cream, not gonna lie.
Those look like ice cream there. Beautiful beans. Polenta. Here we go. It's working now.
Woo!
Look at that, guys. Beautiful polenta. Now what you're going to do is you can cut this up on a cutting board, or you can leave it here as is and people can scoop. But we might slice it up and we'll plate that up. And then as for the gravy, we haven't got a gravy boat. So we're just going to just give it into a mason jar.
Beautiful.
Add it to the collection. So there you go, guys. It's just past 4 o'clock. So it took me about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes to put it all together.
Well, if you talked less, maybe you would have.
Yeah, if I talk less and blah, 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 blah. But obviously, like, it doesn't matter how much skill you have. I believe that you guys can do this. I believe you guys can put this together. You can see everything kind of flowed together. And as long as you don't get overwhelmed and you relax, stay calm, you do it all. Maybe you have a helper as well to help clean, because the cleaning is most important, but the kitchen is a mess.
Not really.
But that's kind of, you know, things are everywhere. And there's dishes to be washed. But the food's done. Okay, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this 6 sides in 60 minutes. A little bit less, a little bit longer than 60 minutes. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this and you guys get to have healthy sides for your Thanksgiving. If you make any of these, make sure you send us a picture on Instagram because we'd love to see you having healthy sides for Thanksgiving. And make sure you check out all the related videos in the description or in the cards that are coming up at the end of the video. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Namaste.
So check out what I just did. I was gonna put everything away individually, and then I realized, hey, wait a minute, I could turn this into a meal prep.
Hey.
So check it out. You can do this too. Thanksgiving meal prep any time of the year. Woohoo! Bye, guys.